She wanted what we all want: to belong, to have friends, to feel safe. But the people Jennifer Daugherty trusted most were the ones who destroyed that trust forever. This is the true story of a young woman from Pennsylvania whose kindness lit up every room, and how her death changed the laws meant to protect the vulnerable. Tonight on Zero Hour Files, we tell the story of Jennifer's trust. A story that reminds us what real evil looks like when it hides behind a smile. Jennifer Daugherty was 30 years old, living in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. She loved music, her family, and her cat. She was described by everyone who knew her as innocent, gentle, and pure-hearted. Jennifer was born with a mild intellectual disability, but that never stopped her from dreaming. She wanted to live independently, make new friends, maybe even fall in love someday. Her family supported her every step of the way. Her mother said Jennifer had a child's heart in an adult's world. She trusted easily, forgave quickly, and believed people were good. That belief would become her undoing. In early 2010, Jennifer began spending time with a new group of people she met through Friends of Friends. They invited her to hang out, listen to music, talk about life. To Jennifer, it felt like belonging, something she'd always wanted. She texted her sister, saying she finally had people who understood her. Her family didn't worry, not at first. She was an adult, and she seemed happy. But when she didn't come home after a few days, her sister called the police. Jennifer's last known contact was on February 10th, 2010. She told her family she was staying with friends for a few nights, but when they tried to reach her phone, there was no answer. 2 days later, her family filed a missing person report. The town of Greensburg began to worry, not because people go missing often, but because Jennifer was known to everyone. She was friendly to cashiers, waved to bus drivers, and talked to strangers like old friends. It wasn't like her to vanish. Then police received a tip. Someone had seen her with that new group of friends, but something about the way they treated her seemed off. A few days later, Jennifer's body was discovered. Authorities never released full details publicly, and for good reason. But what became clear was this: she had been betrayed by the people she trusted most. Her death wasn't just a crime. It was a reflection of how society fails those who need protection the most. The small town of Greensburg fell into mourning. Hundreds attended candlelight vigils. Jennifer's mother, tears streaming down her face, said she didn't understand hate, she only knew love. The case shocked America. As the investigation unfolded, 6 people were arrested and convicted. The court described their actions as inhuman. But out of that darkness came something powerful. Jennifer's family pushed for change. They worked with lawmakers to create Jennifer's Law, a reform to ensure that vulnerable adults, especially those with disabilities, are better protected from abuse and exploitation. Her story spread far beyond Pennsylvania. Advocates for disability rights, social workers and families across the country shared it as a warning and as a call to compassion. Because Jennifer's kindness wasn't her weakness. It was the world's failure to protect her that became the tragedy. When asked what Jennifer would want people to remember, her mother said she just wanted friends, real ones. That one line broke hearts everywhere. It's a reminder that what happened to Jennifer wasn't only about cruelty. It was about loneliness, trust, and how we treat those who need a little more understanding. Jennifer's story still inspires vigils, art, and community programs across Pennsylvania. Her name became a symbol, not of death, but of innocence betrayed. Because when society fails the kindest among us, we all share the guilt. So now we ask you, how do we protect the vulnerable, not just with laws, but with empathy? How do we make sure no one like Jennifer is ever forgotten? Leave your thoughts below. And if you believe that every person, no matter their challenges, deserves safety, friendship and love, then please like, share and subscribe to 0 Hour Files. To quote Mats Fredriksson, "The greatest cruelty isn't violence, it's the silence of those who could have spoken up."